Is this a light skin area now?
Yeah, that's the light, beige, dark, and the dark.
Yeah.
Wow.
See this color
It's like
pattern
6
they got?
p.m. to midnight.
See how they did that?
That's what's
Let's
up.
see, you need to
You like
switch out.
8:30.
They just need to
I'm
lighten
in the
up.
wait line. Midnight. Now, hold up. I'm not exactly midnight. I'm more 9ish.
Thank you.
9ish.
Hold on, it's 10:15 over there.
It's not 10:15.
Oh,
Look,
shit.
dog.
What time is a sunburn?
The time you
I'm high
have
noon,
fast
goddamn
loving
it.
it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm comedian Trai Love, and you're watching Life is Hard.
Laugh
Laugh
it
it
off.
Here we discuss real issues, and we try to make hard times lighter with comedy and laughter. And of course, I have the rest of the crew with me. To my left, my homegirl, comedian and owner of Snatch Body Health and Day Spa, just Jaden.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Your voice got real just
Because I
you
want to
just-
say something about you,
what?
but I'm trying to transition. See how
You trying to be a better person?
She's finding
Like you
out.
going
I
through
do not
something.
believe
place,
Yeah.
a nice place.
Today is a mental health day, so
She's gonna
I'm telling
hype
you,
me up
push it.
after this show. I feel it right now in my spirit.
It should be in your soul.
And to my far right, Skip Master, Mike, aka Adult Average.
Good morning. Hello. Keeping it C+.
Hey.
plus. How are y'all doing today?
Pretty
C+.
good, brother. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that a little above average?
Yes.
I like that.
75.
Always looking up, man. Always
you.
looking up.
And our special guest has his own podcast, Griffin with Griffin. You may recognize him from Comedy Central's Workaholics or Showtime, I'm Dying Up Here. And he just starred in the very funny Netflix movie, Murder Mystery. Today, your Laff It Off crew is once again with Erik Griffin.
It's a weird intro.
I know, right?
Like, are you okay?
That's why we be
What
practicing
happened
that
was-
intro. That's how you
have
do
you been
it.
Have you been drinking too?
Yes, you know what that would happen. That's what it was.
Man,
It's the
a weird
shot
crew
of
in here.
margarita that I had. It was the shot of margarita. I apologize. You shouldn't have took that shot. It was there.
I think
Peer
it's like
pressure.
your second one.
It's noon or later though, right?
You don't count people's
Is it
money
noon or
and you don't
later?
count people's shots.
It's not quite 12
Thank
o'clock
you,
yet,
Eric.
but
Yeah, that's a little early.
to be drinking liquor, not even
I like-
mimosas this week. Y'all
I
just
just took
went
a little
straight to
shot.
tequila early in the morning. What y'all going through up here? That's what I need.
You're not an alcoholic unless you haven't brushed your teeth. If you brush your teeth and then you drink, you're fine. If
That's
you do it
weird.
before,
That's weird alcoholic rules.
yeah,
I was asking
yeah,
like some white people.
yeah. No, alcoholism does not discriminate. Okay.
Yeah, it starts
It
at
happens to
10:30.
everybody.
Yeah, apparently.
I guess it depends on what time you wake up. That's really.
What's
Hey.
going on? Come on, what's going on,
Hey, y'all,
Alki?
well, what's the first topic, Jaden?
Well, I guess we're gonna talk about what the stance is on gun control here in the U.S. after all these shootings that's been going on. I know we even had one here on I-10. Could have been drug related. We don't know, but it's gotten outrageous right now. So I feel like it does need to be some type of stance on acknowledgement of some type of gun receipt, because I don't think you can ever stop having guns, because you can buy them illegally all the time.
Yeah, very easily. Extremely easily. I bought my first gun 16 years old, illegally. That's how easy it is to get. But, Mike, what?
I mean, I think you would have to have like a time machine to uninvent the weapon entirely. I mean, to ban something, that the first argument is going to be, well, what about the guy that doesn't care about the laws? He'll get one.
Right.
So when they say ban, I mean, I think that means like even the guys breaking the laws can't get them either. How possible is that? So it's like
I don't think you can
it's
do
it's
that.
unreasonable, to take and then say, oh, well, let's limit guns and let's have like a certain type of gun or gun control.
Well, I mean, the reality is there is gun control.
Yeah.
This is the thing that people don't understand. There are actually many laws on the books already about guns and gun control.
And people are still pulling the trigger.
But the thing is, like, these people are not going like, I'm gonna go shoot up this place, but there's that fine.
Yeah.
There's
Damn it.
that fine.
Damn it! You sure we can't rob that
You know,
bank?
oh, there's that fine, so I can't get this gun. Those people aren't doing that.
Right.
You know, they're not doing that. So it's like, unfortunately,
We're out of business.
yeah. Unfortunately, I always say the real problem is like, it's like the fact that they're still manufacturing these guns. Like, where's the gun companies don't seem to have any responsibility at all. I mean, it's just other things you could do. It's like, you can't have a car without car insurance. Mm-hmm. So why don't they have something like that? That if you buy a gun, you have to have a certain amount of responsibility for it. Or so, I mean, gun violence is obviously an issue, but to say that like it should be the government to somehow figure out what's going on. I mean, it's so layered, Like,
there's like 18 different ways to look at just one thing.
I'm gonna say, you can't blame the gun companies either, because the only thing they're doing is supply and demand. Y'all asking for these weapons, so we making them, we manufacturing them. That's like saying, okay, well, I hate that they did it, but it's like, no offense, but that's like fat people saying, "Oh, I'm suing McDonald's because they made me fat." Oh, I'm suing with. But then you have to get out your house to go there to go purchase it, and now they have Uber Eats and they bring it to you. So it's like you have to take your own accountability.
I agree with you. I think personal responsibility is important, but I disagree with you about McDonald's and places like that. If they know what their product is doing. That's why, like just like with cigarettes, there's a sin tax.
Right,
just
but
like
don't eat it. That's
I understand there's personal responsibility for it, but it trickles down. What I'm saying is they're going like, cigarettes cause cancer.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right?
They don't stop making them.
They don't stop making them, but they charge extra for them because of that. Then you have like, that makes healthcare costs go up. That's a layered issue too. But like I'm saying, like if you're gonna go to McDonald's and eat, that's all you're gonna eat. Well, then maybe there should be a sin tax on that too.
I would say
maybe a Big Mac should have an extra, $5 on it because of what it does to your body.
I would say you pay for it in the long run. That's your sin right there. You're being gluttonous, eating that stuff, and you're gonna gain weight, hypertension, blood pressure issues.
But our parents wouldn't let us do that. I mean, a responsible parent, if we had a little 5-year-old running around, we wouldn't let him eat that junk. If we really were responsible, had time to prepare him.
But I think that's what happened when we got
wouldn't let him shoot that gun.
We get McDonald's whenever we want to.
Well, and I'm kind of just making a comparison. Like if our kid came back, let's just say we're talking about this 5-year-old kid, and he comes back and he got shot with a BB gun. I mean, where's the stop point? I mean, the kid wasn't responsible. He shouldn't have had access to it. Those kids shouldn't have been playing with it. That parent's not going to go, damn, that BB gun. They're going to go, damn, my kid shouldn't have been near it, or the BB gun shouldn't have been. It's a myriad of things. It's not just
You know what? I agree with you about, like, I think toy guns don't make any sense to me.
No, not at all.
Like you give a gun to your kid and go pretend to shoot your friend.
Yes.
They go like, they do.
My kid had his out the other day, and I thought he'd gotten a hold of my personal weapon. I thought it was mine because it looked so much like a real gun. So he doesn't have that.
Well, I don't understand why we don't like if you're gonna have toy guns, then why don't we have like toy crack pipes? Yeah.
No, it's true. Equilibrium.
Go pretend to smoke crack. Or give like little kids like here's a little fur coat. Go play pimps and hoes with your friends.
Exactly.
Go to your little friend. Go slap your friend. Pretend to slap. Go get your money. Like.
Work on that pimp hand,
right?
Man.
It's like why can't we be like, oh, that's for fun too? Yeah. So I'm against toy. Get rid of toy guns. I don't think. I think that's a good point.
I just like the water gun.
I'm gonna get my kids start doing his push-ups now.
Yeah, but that's why they make the water guns like
super
stupid and big and orange and blue and all that kind of stuff. But when it looks like a If it looks if there's a 40, if there's a 45 right here, and then there's a water gun that looks just like, because that's from my era.
Yeah.
They looked exactly the same.
Exactly. Now they put the orange little tip on it. Well, now criminals, they're painting the tips of their guns orange and shit.
Well, that's why the cops are getting out, just blasting. And somebody has they don't know.
True. So what would you do? Jaden, what would you do to fix this gun stuff that's going on?
Well, I really say I don't know, baby, because what I do is I look at I don't see how all these young boys, because a lot of these people that are doing these crimes, like these young kids, like the mothers don't check their rooms or something, because why do you're 21 years old, why do you need an automatic assault rifle? Why do you need these things? And then I think sometimes it's just these kids have been bullied or pushed, or they don't just wake up one day want to shoot everybody. I think they already exhibit bizarre behavior.
Now, what you're talking about is this is exactly what you're talking about. This is a whole other issue that is beyond gun violence.
Right.
We're talking about the family unit.
Yeah.
We're talking about
that's
education.
Like you have to sit back and look at your children and you see the change in them. So then you kind of want to open up that dialogue and see what's wrong. Like the one grandmother that turned her grandson in because he felt comfortable enough to tell her what he wanted to do. She turned him in. Yeah. And that's what you have to do. You cannot be afraid to get your children help or get them.
Yeah, a lot of parents don't want to bring it up. up because they don't want to hear about it.
Well, I want to see because I don't want you to kill me.
Yeah,
what's gonna stop you from killing me?
You gotta be willing to
no,
talk
I'm
to your
going
kids
in your
about
room. You stay in there, and most of them stay with their parents.
Yeah.
So go in their room, check and see what's going on. See if they got pee jugs in
it's
there.
cliche,
see if
but it starts
wrong.
at home.
Yeah, you got. Yes.
You wouldn't let your 5-year-old do it, and if you could control your 25-year-old or 35, you wouldn't let them do that either.
I'm saying they
so
don't need to be bringing a gun in your home.
home.
Not that large of a gun in your home. No.
Well, and then there's like the typical white American guy is gonna say, you ain't taking my gun, come and get it. I want my AR. And I think
why do you need that?
Okay,
well,
but this is what I think. And I'm not trying to defend
Texas.
anybody. I'm just
Texas,
this is what I think some of those people are trying to say. And I'm not defending anybody on the thing because it's so gray. I don't really have an answer for any of it. But I think what some group is trying to say is we know people are going to kill. We know people are going to pull triggers. We just want, when they do this, when they break this law, we want to give them a gun that can kill less people. You know, like if we go into Walmart and I've got a gun that's capable of firing so many rounds, we know they're not going to stop breaking the laws. But let's try to give them, if they're going to take a gun and shoot somebody, let's make sure there's only 13 rounds in it versus 100 in a drum.
Well.
So, I mean, I understand that side of it.
An AR shoots 30 rounds. A Glock, or some Glocks, some guns, 9mm,
15,
shoot 15.
Right.
You get two Glocks.
True. But I think, I mean, and I'm not trying to defend, I'm just saying in all fairness, I'm trying to validate that aspect of it, that if a guy walks in with 2 assault rifles, he's going to do more. If they're not available, he's going to do less if he only has 2 pistols.
Yeah, but them not being available goes back to what I was talking about with the gun companies.
Yeah, true.
That goes back to there. You're saying like they're still providing the weapons. They're still making the weapons that certain people that shouldn't have
Bad
them,
people,
they can still get them.
Yeah,
but like I say, like I'm not anti-gun. I mean, it's
same here.
You know, because there's a lot of like these people that are saying like you're not going to take my gun. Like a true gun nut, those people are all about gun safety.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're all about gun safety. They got a gun safe. They got a thing that's locked up. They know how to they know how to use it. They know how to talk about it. We're not talking about gun nuts. We're talking about people that have. Some of them have certain mental health issues, or they just have a certain upbringing that got them to this point.
Absolutely.
Okay,
you know?
And how do we keep guns out of people's hands that have the mental health problems that would
That's why it's almost impossible.
I don't think
it's like taking pit bulls
that's
away.
That's my concern.
Well, what do you do about the owner that buys the pit bull? You know, it's like,
well, first
how
of all,
do you do
pit
this?
bulls get a bad rap.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, they do.
They do. Pit bulls and guns are actually very similar. Pit bulls.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
pit bulls used to be first of all, pit bull. The origin of pit bulls, they're the most loving dogs.
They didn't work apparently in England when they tried to use them back in the day as police dogs. They didn't work. They were too nice a dog. I mean,
they're just
powerful and strong.
They look mean.
But they weren't suitable for being cop dogs back then. Now they're all.
Well, most people like not everybody should have a dog if you don't understand
or
dog stuff.
Yeah, true.
It's the same thing with a gun. Like you know, you can't just have a dog like that. Like a pit bull needs like a firm hand when they're coming up. Yep. They shouldn't be around kids unless you're strong, because then they'll dominate.
You shouldn't be having these kids.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's cliche, and I keep saying it, and I mean. I have a 5-year-old. 5 years ago, I may have felt a little different, but I really mean it now. It starts at home. I mean, all of it starts at home.
Comment down below. Tell us what you think. What could we do? What's the best answers?
On a serious note,
health. Should we ban all guns? Should we ban just
you
assault
crazy.
rifles?
Well,
I mean, now, but the thing is like you look, that is never going to happen.
Yeah.
As long as they're being made, there's access to them. Okay, so that's that.
Yep.
And now how do you know? Like, okay, remember that one? There was that guy. The guy I think in Vegas was an ex-military guy.
Oh, in the crowd?
Yeah. So I'm saying,
that was in the hotel.
Yeah. That guy had ex-military. And he had access. He knew about guns, had access to them. So not everybody's like, it's like, yes, we have like we don't want to also. It's not all on mental health too either. It's just.
Is it?
Shit
not?
happens.
It's
human
not
mind's a terrible thing.
I think that's
shit happens.
Very big part of it.
Yeah, no, but it's like, but when you say that, it's like this kind of broad statement to try to act like mental health means these people are crazy. Yeah. I mean, it still comes to
the
like
crazy people are capable of pulling a gun. Like all of them are going to.
Right. It's not the case.
Either.
Yeah, because like this one kid, the recent kid who he's had this white supremacist, tweets and these kind of people. I mean, that's upbringing to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that goes back to parenting too, even for those people too.
Sure.
That's why I'm saying like, it is a lot of it's parenting too, because I feel like I even have jokes about this, because I'll say like, look, if you have a white kid living in your house and he doesn't have any friends, check in.
Yeah.
You know? Check in.
Yeah.
You know, if he's writing a manifesto,
No shit.
check in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pat him on the back, take him to the zoo or something.
If he wears all black all the time, like it's like, what's going on that you feel like? I sometimes I ask a crowd. Yeah, I see like a middle-aged white couple. And do you have kids? I'm like, I say, no, do you know is your kid racist? Do you know? Do you know? And it's funny how a lot of them be like, they'll just take a moment. No, of course not.
Yeah, right.
That's my kid. But
Well,
like,
he has a black friend at school.
I know.
Come
It's
on.
like, but do you know? All I'm saying is like, what do we really know
What do
about
you really know?
all our
Absolutely.
kids, no matter
Right.
what race,
Absolutely.
color they are, whatever that is? Like, what do you know about them? Are you really involved in their life? It's hard.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why it comes to education, the family unit, being
Communicating.
involved.
Yep.
You know, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's really where it has to come to, because it's like it's a problem that just like this is a result. I think the gun violence is a result of a bigger problem that has nothing to do
Absolutely.
with guns.
I mean, if guns didn't exist, I'm not saying that it would be more fatalities or less, but there'd still be violence from these people. They would just use a different weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just guns make it so much easier. But
Yeah, that'd be like a
people that are willing to take somebody's lives, I mean, if you took a gun away right now, they'd still figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
It's
It
just
wouldn't, be
easy
as,
now.
it wouldn't be as easy
Wouldn't be
as a
as
thing,
easy.
too. Because there's some kind of disconnect.
And also it sets a
cowardly
precedent.
thing, though.
Say again?
Shooting somebody with a gun is a cowardly thing.
Yeah.
Because like when you back in the day when you used to get into it with people, y'all would actually fight. But nowadays, like shooting and killing each other, you would fight. It'd be okay. You may
Yeah.
get beat up today, but you'll be all right
Yup.
tomorrow. I mean, everybody may be talking about you, but you'll be alive. There wouldn't be no GoFundMe. to
Might
get
just
you
be more
buried.
fights
Yeah,
because
might
you've
be-
set that precedent.
I
Yeah, but
remember-
then it really kind of ceased it. Once people start realizing that you really have good hands, they will stop.
Well, what
trying
I
to
mean
fight
more
you.
fights is
I
people
remember,
would
yeah.
fight more often instead of pulling guns on each other. Because I do think that it's kind of perpetual. You know, it's not the gun's fault, it's upbringing, whatever. But if these kids have all these images and all they see is
It's
gun
shooting.
violence and
Yeah.
shooting, now they're so
Especially on the video
desensitized. When that
games.
gun's in their hand, their likelihood is probably different.
It's the shoot.
Well, I remember where I was living at this place, and like there's one of the neighbor kids. You know, I look out my window and he's outside, and there's just 5 kids around him, and he's like, you know, with these guys. So I came outside,
Yeah.
you know, and I was like, what's
Investigate.
going on out here, you know? And it was like, you know, they were all talking shit to each other. But it was like, and I was like, okay. So I said like this. I was like, all right. So who's got the real beef?
Yeah.
It's like, I said, you? Okay. So what are your other boys doing here? So you got a problem with him? All right. Everybody move out the
Split
way.
it up. Now I get it.
Right. Okay. So are you gonna handle this?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? I mean, people like the thing you're saying is people don't really want to fight.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't want to fight.
Yeah.
People don't.
They don't wanna be
One, they don't know how to
embarrassed.
fight. They don't
Yeah.
even know what. You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
probably
I'm
why
saying-
they pull a gun.
I'm saying that's why they
situations.
pull a gun
Yeah.
because they don't know how to fight. They're
Absolutely.
embarrassed because they have everybody else telling them, "Oh, you gonna let him say that? Oh, you gonna do this?
Yeah, hyping it up.
But see, you gotta be able to say, "Wait a minute." And see, and I guess I don't get that. I didn't get that until I got to be 40, where you have to kind of calm yourself down and be like, "Wait a minute, what are we arguing about?"
Well,
Let's sit down
and
and
our
have a
whole era has
conversation.
changed too. You know, in the mid '90s, early '90s
Yeah.
on up, there was a whole culture of gangster rap and hip hop, which influenced us. Now we're parents, and then
I wasn't
some
trying to
people
be
are
no
raising their
gangster.
kids. So I think things will evolve too, because that content isn't as popular anymore either now. I think hip hop's changing a little bit too. So I mean, at least I hope. I thought it was cool back then. I loved it. You know, NWA
Right,
and all
right,
that stuff.
right,
We
right.
all. I mean, it was great. But now it's like, man, we're
Well, the social-
creating a narrative and we don't even realize
I
it.
mean, the social commentary aspect of it is over.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to look for that stuff.
Yeah. There's
I mean,
no more story to
yeah,
tell.
there's no
Now
more-
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
about like.
Well, because black
diamonds
people are
and-
thriving.
Yeah, and that's good.
You know what I mean? It's like that's
That's
why
what
you know
we need.
that's why you don't I always look, you just look to boxing. Like whoever the boxing
Yeah.
people are, those are the ones that are the poorest. You know, so now it's like you see these like Eastern European, Russian guys and those kind of people who are like not doing as well. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not a lot. You don't see a lot of like black boxers as as much as because they have those stories. You know, like Tyson's story was like,
Yeah.
he came from the gutter and blah
yeah.
blah blah. You know,
Catskill, New York, yeah.
right. All that
Yes.
stuff. It's not the same
Pigeons
anymore.
and all that.
yeah.
I know he won't see this, and I know he doesn't fight anymore, but I'm still a little afraid. So I don't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
me
just be
too,
quiet
bro. You're
about
not
Mike
the only
Tyson.
one.
He's bad.
Oh yeah, I know. What's the next topic?
All right. On a lighter note, fellas, are women the number one motivation for men? Mike?
My answer is yes.
This hot button topic.
Absolutely.
He said like we was gonna solve world problems.
Yup.
So, gentlemen,
Let me ask you a question that's this big, and the answer's this big. Yeah. Why is the sky blue?
But
Damn,
is it or is it not? Is it money? What is it?
I think I'm a better man since I met my wife. Yeah. I've wanted to.
He had to say
hustle.
that.
No, I mean,
Is she watching?
no. I don't know that I would have had the initiative
No,
to want to.
that's different. You're answering a different question. You're saying, how is your life now that you have a woman in it? He asked, what's the motivation for men? Like, was your motivation before you? What was the motivation?
Before I met her, she was okay. So, woman was not my motivation whenever I was single. I just cared about doing me and taking care of me. But then when I met her, I caught the vapors.
Okay, but
Y'all may not know what that
see,
means.
here's the thing. I think that's okay. I'm gonna answer the question. No, it's not. It's a byproduct of success. Like, if you focus on you, focus on your career,
absolutely.
focus on but there's dudes that are chasing women all the time.
Yeah.
They chase. I know I know comics like that after the
That's
whole
the end
point
game.
of being
That's
on
the end game,
stage
yes.
is to be like, who am I gonna get with after the show? It's like, no, if you that could still happen. It's a byproduct. Look, we chase money. We want money, success.
No, I definitely want to chase the success. I mean, that's a great way to put it because she is for me, it's like a perk.
Yeah,
I'm just grateful that I have her there to support me and do what I'm doing. So that kind of perpetuates it, but it does come from an internal fire. I definitely want to succeed all on my own.
I feel like the pursuit of compatibility is the most important thing, like finding the right person for you. And when you do find that person that compliments you, there's nothing better.
Tolerates me.
What's that whole state thing about, like, behind every great man is a
good woman.
A good woman. It's like there's something real to that. There's something
for sure.
I mean, there's something like just my last experience in my last relationship. It was like I can't be with somebody that, like, I got to go out of town to do this. And they like, oh, you going out of town again?
Stifle. Can't stifle you.
No, sir. I say, well, you need to get with a mechanic.
You signed up for this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. You need to go find a mechanic, find somebody local that's gonna be there for you all the time. If that's your motivation, I'm just saying to the women, like, if you want somebody that gives you all their attention, he ain't gonna be successful.
Wow. Absolutely.
Okay. He's not gonna be. So if you're looking for diamonds and, like, you want.
What about cubic zirconia though?
Well, I'm just saying, like, you just have to ask what like, it's great to, like, when you have some, like, look at Michelle Obama. She gave up.
Yeah.
She was like, I'm a lawyer. I'm doing that. She was like, all right, well, my man's gonna be president.
Yeah.
He going for this.
Time.
Okay, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna go be a mom. I'm gonna go do this.
Ride or die.
Like, women sacrifice so much to, like, make sure if that good woman's sacrificing all this because what's more important is to be a part of this unit.
Yep.
And the head of that unit.
Program. Yeah.
And sometimes for some, the head of that union is this successful man. Then it's like, okay, then that you become a thing, and that's a powerful look at what it can achieve.
Yep.
Right. Well,
Synergy, basically.
Jaden, what do you think? Do you think it's true?
Well, I believe what they say is true. I think y'all can complement each other, especially if, like me, I'm a business owner. And if he's busy, I get that because you can't make no money sitting at the couch looking at me.
You got perspective.
Well, but we're talking about motivation.
You can't help but
motivation.
But
now,
I'm just
I have
saying,
a question then.
You can't be completely motivated by this one particular woman, though, because what if she changed her motivation and it's no longer you?
Okay,
then
but
your program's completely
So then
changed.
you done messed up your whole thing.
Yep.
With me, I love women. Women have
Yes, I
always
can
been
tell.
my
But you love
motivation.
one woman.
No, now.
Now,
Yes,
but
absolutely.
the one.
But when
He
I
got
was
like
young,
7 children.
when I was single,
She got a lot of contempt for you. She basically just said, he ain't shit.
He was holding it up in the 90s.
He
trying to act like he respectable now.
because
He humps
Hey, look,
around.
listen, guys, you guys over 6 feet. I'm short, skinny. I was never women's type, and I love women.
But how many kids,
Talk
though?
about yourself.
Hey,
I
love
wouldn't
being
like you
short.
either.
I like being short. I like being skinny. My metabolism is great.
Well,
I'm
don't
not complaining.
bring
Why are you showing
about
off,
it.
man? Damn.
I'm telling you
I
this.
still got
Pull my shirt off.
Short dudes get away with murder, though.
Telling you, man.
I'm short.
Short
I
dudes
ain't
can't,
got no
But they don't get to ride all the
plan.
rides at Six Flags, though, so it's cool. Joke's on
Look
you.
how he looking. I can get on the ride.
Let me focus in here. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Business owner, boss lady.
Yes.
How is it like, because I feel like I saw Nicki Minaj talking about this one time on an interview, but she was saying, like, she had to have 2 different personalities, like, because it's like that's hard to be in a relationship with a dude when you're like the breadwinner, or how is that as a woman to be like in that role, like the reversed role?
Yeah.
Is it hard to find a man who's going to be like, baby, do your thing?
Kind of the submissive, like you're the
Support.
breadwinner,
Or do you
you're
even?
bringing it
But the
in,
thing is,
the
do you even
backbone.
want that? Because my mom told me one time, because she's old school, My mom's all like, I don't care how much money you making. The man gotta support you. If he don't have the ability to support you, it's not attractive.
That's a generational thing for sure.
That was her generation. What do you? How do you handle that?
Well, I was married initially because I have a small trucking company too, and when I was doing freight brokering, and I started buying my trucks and stuff like that, and I think because I did work so much and I was making so much more money, that was a little bit intimidating for my husband at a certain point. And especially because sometimes I would get mad when stuff was like going crazy. I would get mad. I would spaz out instead of saying, you know what, let's have a conversation, let's talk. But when I felt like, oh, he's ganging up on me with the guys, I would treat him like the guys, and that's not necessarily, that didn't work out for me. Now that I'm having to kind of do it over again, it's like you have to be extra cautious. It's not like you have to take care of me, but I would like for you to help me. Like if it's certain things, if you see it's something I may need or something I may want, I would like for you to do it for me. But you don't necessarily have to take care of me because it's very expensive between my both. It is between my both businesses. If you say you're gonna take care of me, then that means you're gonna help me with everything.
That's right.
Between two businesses and a household, that's a lot. So I would never
managing some fragile male ego at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
I'm saying, and doing comedy, because when I get on the stage, I am a va-va-va-voom, and I used to have to worry about what I would say, especially if my husband was at the show, because I didn't want it to come off a certain way, or I didn't want it to the other comics to say something to him. So it's like you have to be thinking about all this different stuff, and you didn't understand that that's a completely
man for
a lot.
you though. Like if a guy can see you on stage
and
he's not intimidated by it, that's a man right there.
But I have never met that
attracted. Yeah, most men are attracted to your aggressiveness. And
yeah, but they may be attracted to it, but it doesn't work after the fact, because I'm really like that in real life. So like all that, I'm gonna call you and don't call. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not doing anything.
Blow smoke.
I would say you just sitting up here saying, we gonna go do this, we gonna go do that. I lose interest too fast. I'm comfortable with being at home, eating my little meals I fixed, and just relaxing if I can have a moment to myself. But
it's hard to let somebody new into that circle
of
your comfortability.
But see, the thing of it is that's uncomfortable for me as a person. That's uncomfortable, because then after they know, she got this, she got that, so they, in their mind, to me, men become like the women gold diggers. They get to calculating your stuff. Look, she live out here. She got this. She got that. And I'm like, and they want you to tell them, how did you do that? Like, you don't even want to put
wait. But my thing is with that though is like sometimes I hear about these these strong, successful women, talking shit about these guys, right? Well, that's because the guy that you think you want, he wouldn't put up with your bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's like a rich dude who he can take care of you. He got businesses too, and you coming at him with some stuff. He's like, why would I put up with that when I can go get, you know what I mean?
Somebody else that don't have all that drama that you have.
That's what I'm saying. So
she'll be appreciative of whatever it is that I do.
It's hard to find that. It's hard to
level ground.
Yeah, and I get that.
Sometimes to me, all you have to do, like me, now that I've improved my behavior, it's just like tell me. Because sometimes I do,
don't say I don't think you should use the words improved.
I would like to say improved. Well,
refined.
Because improved implies that it was like you were terrible. You weren't terrible. You just weren't compatible. Maybe. Or you were terrible.
I was terrible.
Okay.
I was terrible.
All right, she ain't shit.
What's that thing? Rip your head off and shit down your neck thing?
But
that's what it is.
Okay, so my mom is like a single parent. She worked her ass off. She raised all that stuff, and then so my stepfather, who came into my life later, he's the kind of guy. He's salt of the earth. He's like, he goes to church and he volunteers at church. He's that kind of, he really is like, I always say my mom's going to be his +1 into heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of guy he is, right? So, but my mom is just this A-type. So I remember a long time ago, she was saying to me, I'm tired of making all the decisions. I was like, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. That's why you married him.
If he was gone,
Right.
you would.
No, I'm saying you married him so you can make all the decisions.
Absolutely.
Because I'll say it again. The guy that you want that's going to make all the decisions, he ain't going to put up with your bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why you with that type of guy. So I'm just saying, all you ladies out there complaining about your man, he on the couch. He ain't doing shit.
I say stop
The only reason why
complaining.
you with that guy because you're attracted to somebody that you can steamroll. That's why you with him.
I don't want that, but I'm just being,
and I know
but
she
trying
doesn't,
again.
But he's describing quite a few people.
Yeah.
Guys and girls. It's like you complain about the thing that you need.
Yeah.
Like you
I
have to have that to kind of facilitate.
Yeah. And then, as a guy too, if you're like, oh, I'm tired of this, like you always with a gold digger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's because you might be intimidated about somebody that got their own shit going on.
Absolutely.
A woman who's like, I got a business. I got like.
As soon as she leaves, you're crying with your credit card, begging
she's like, I don't need your money. You know that kind of shit. I don't need your money. You're like, okay, no, I'm just like, let me. It's like there's got to be like a balance. So you have to find like the mix that works for you. You know. So we all have these like issues. You know.
I would say because even I see a lot of when I've met a women in their workings and they are like. Especially when they had their own money, like they cold-hearted bitches, and I'm like, you don't get horny. Because anybody
That's
is not
why
going.
she's
I would say,
cold-hearted.
I was like, because nobody's going to do
minute.
nothing with you with that type of attitude that you can respect. I mean,
well, you get cold-hearted sometimes because you don't.
You done got lonely and you've been alone so long.
And also you don't want to let anybody in because you don't want to get hurt.
Right, and you become detached though. You become detached from actual human emotion and actual human contact. And so when somebody actually gives it to you, it's like, wait a minute, hold up, what is that?
Yeah, I get kind of defensive.
I
suspect.
I used to have this joke when I was like, and I stopped doing it because I don't really believe it anymore. But I would say like, this is the year of the women. Where are the independent women at?
Identify.
Yeah, I say, independent, opinionated. And I say
assertive.
Assertive. I say that's great. It's just too bad none of that's attractive. I'd be like, because it's like.
Now, if independent means cook, I'm attracted to that. If you can cook.
Because nobody's going like, oh no, give me that, loud mouth, man, always in my face.
I like that aggressiveness, though.
Give me that bitchy girl that tells me how to drive.
Motherfucker. That's why you are. He wants somebody to pick him up.
Like that BDSM.
He wants to hold on to the ceiling fan and spin around.
He want to do that can pick him up like this.
Like Ghost and shit. We'll do that Swayze with him.
Fire carry him.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny.
Shit. Man, I want me a mean ass girl that'll tell me how to drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm.
I mean, it just depends on like what you like. It's hard. I know, but in closing of this discussion, it's like, you just have to like. I know it's. I always feel like it's so much harder for women because they have to manage everything that she says. She has to manage, and then you get a man in your life, and you also have to manage his ego. And all that. It's a lot.
What's not gonna offend
I learned that from my ex-girlfriend because she was said to me one time.
You miss her.
No, it's not that I miss her. I know we're just not compatible, and I'm upset about it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm upset about it because there's so many other things that are great. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't quite Tetris in there.
Yeah, and it's just like that's the sucky part. Yeah. But I remember she said to her because I was trying to introduce her to some comics, girlfriends and wives. Like, you should get to know these people. And she said this to me. She said, I really need to do that because I need to figure out how they handle all this traveling that you do and your diva behavior. Right?
Wow.
And I said to myself, I was like, I ain't no diva. Right? Then I thought, of course I'm a diva.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, because I'm on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I got I got to act a certain way. So I was like, yes. And then I thought like, damn, the male ego and personality is a lot.
Yeah.
It's fragile and a lot. It's a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? So it's like I kudos to women that can manage having be a boss bitch and at the same time make a man feel like a man. That's a lot, and we need that. But that's all I'm saying to you, boss ladies out there. Men, still, we need you to help us feel like a man. Ask us to lift shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Open this.
Yeah.
Don't be like, I can open this myself.
Don't fake it. Don't fake it. I mean, when we lay it down,
don't gotta fake it.
Well, y'all don't fake it on us, man. She doesn't fake. My girl doesn't fake it.
Oh, she does.
No, she doesn't, man.
Every time she goes, baby, can you open these pickles?
She got it done like 7 times.
She know how to open
man.
these pickles. She know how to open those pickles. She be, clack, she needs you to like make you good
I satisfy
you.
my girl, man. I mean, she won't stop cheating on me, but I satisfy her.
Yeah, go and ask.
How do I get her to stop cheating on me, man? And it's with black dudes too, man. I don't know what to do. Like
What are you talking about?
Okay, so like,
if your girl's cheating on you, leave her.
I mean, what am I? I don't know. I love her. We've been together so long, man.
You have a kid?
Yeah, we got a kid.
Is it yours?
Is it your kid?
See, because if she brings a black guy home,
her
family will disown her, and then her son won't know her dad. And I don't know.
Are you with a white woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody lit her fire. I don't know what to do.
He lying.
See,
that
he ain't
woman
got
ain't
no
cheating
answers
on him.
either.
Yeah.
I feel if this is true, I feel sad for you.
None of this is true. No, she's my ride or die, man. She's the one that motivates me for sure, man. She puts up with a lot, man.
Say, look into the camera. Look into the camera and show her this smile.
But what age range are you in? How about that?
I will be 40 in January.
Okay, yeah. This is when.
But she's 30, so.
But you know what? People shouldn't get mad about that.
We're not. No,
it's not always what you think when you see an older guy with a younger woman. Mm-hmm. It's not always what you think.
Sometimes it is, though. So
no. I understand it. I'm saying, but it's not always that. It's like sometimes a guy still decide, hey, I want to have kids, or I want to have a family. You're not starting with somebody 40. It's just biologically, it's not the same.
Mm-hmm. What you think, Jay?
Well, I guess you're not starting because I don't want no kids. I'm over for it. I mean, I'm ready to.
All I'm saying is like if you're a guy that's like I don't really want to have kids, then you should expand your dating search.
Yeah.
You should be like because like. If you don't want to have kids, you need to find a woman like in their 40s. You can find somebody in their 40s. She got her own money.
Sure, absolutely.
She already knows what she wants.
Absolutely.
She knows what makes her body work.
Right, for
but
sure.
if you're like, I still want to have a family, you ain't gonna start with somebody.
No.
Premenopause, you ain't gonna have shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
them
harder.
eggs is just dripping by the day. So, ain't nothing coming out this way.
Dry it up, baby.
Yeah, obviously, because I meet guys all the time. I meet them and they be younger and they don't believe that I'm 40 and they be like, I still want kids. And I tell them, well, baby, you better go find you a 20-year-old or something like that. Because I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Right.
Well, Jay, tell the people what you got going on, where to find you.
This week, absolutely nothing. But we do have sales at Snatch Body, so come by the day
Snatch?
spa.
That's what it's called? I like that.
Come
Snatch
by,
Body Spa.
book online, $99 specials. Come see me.
Okay, where can they find you on Instagram?
Now my comedy name, that's Jaden Comedian. And I know I do have some stuff coming up for the 17th and the 18th, but they haven't gotten back with the flyers. I know we have a back to school thing going on the 18th, and the secret group is going to have something on the 17th, and I'll be hosting that. So I'll be a part of that as far as the crowd work is concerned, and I'll tell y'all next week.
Mike?
All right, guys, y'all can check me out, Facebook, Instagram, Adult Average. I think next week I'm going to post a video about me going to the barbershop. So let's see how that works out, and let's see how my girl likes that. So I'm gonna just get a little manicure and done.
This is you holding off for dear life.
Hey, I had a lady one time tell me in the comments, we were back and forth. She said, "You're just pissed off because you got your head on upside down." I was done. I had no reply, man.
It's all right.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it is. My hairline is broken up with me, and she left me a while back. But it's all. I still have a full head of hair though. It's just on my chin.
Right.
My chin's connected to my head.
You have a show coming up tonight at the White Oak Music Hall.
Yeah, White Oak Music Hall. Go to ericgriffin.com. I got the link to the tickets there. Comedy Hub Houston. Okay, Eddie over there.
And tell people where to find you, where you at. I'm sure they can just Google your name.
Yeah, just Erik Griffin with a K. Erik, E-R-I-K, Griffin. At Erik Griffin on most things. You can go to ericgriffin.com or even riffinwithgriffin.com. That's my podcast, which is still the same website. But,
Love
and I appreciate the healthy discussion that we had here today.
That's what's up. Well, guys, look, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Trai Love, Trai Love. On Twitter, it's with the 5 at the end, the number 5 at the end. A quick shout out to the production company, WillRock VPT. It T's Country Kitchen for the beautiful catering. And matter of fact, exclusive styles for the Laff It Off merchandise. This bag, cups, T-shirts. Open it up, dude.
You got the bag.
What is this? The Price is Right? All of a sudden now?
You didn't have to guess the number.
The showcase.
It's just
Showcase
me being
showdown.
nice. Yeah.
I got my Laff It Up cup.
exclusive styles.
I got my
You
bullshit
got the shirt. There you go.
How dare you
What
talk
size?
about our t-shirts?
I got my
I bet you don't have t-shirts on your
bullshit t-shirt
podcast.
I ain't gonna ever wear.
T-shirt.
I'm just kidding.
Shirts.
Oh,
Got
look,
for one for you
of
and your girlfriend.
Shit.
Yeah.
But
There
you,
it is.
but your girlfriend is gone, so you can give us one back.
No, I mean, I need,
You can wear it
when I
at
wash my
nighttime when you go to
car,
sleep.
Yeah, there you go. That's
You
the window
wash your
right there.
own car.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I need stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
All
Hey,
right,
thank
well,
you,
wear it
Comedy
with
Hub
pride.
Houston,
There
for
you go,
bringing
man.
Eric Griffin through. He has to
Oh, this
show
is great.
tonight.
Yeah. All right.
8 o'clock, $20, guys. Check it out.
Where am I gonna put this?
In the car.
It would be nice to go.
I would say you don't have
on
a box
the podcast wall.
It's gonna be
right
in this
on the right.
bag. How presumptuous y'all think I want y'all autograph?
Yeah.
Well, you had a visit with us, so you was from us, from the
She
crew
taking it
to
all
us.
personal.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you can't give people stuff.
Wait,
I done told y'all.
No, where's the spa certificate? That's what I want.
Hey.
Oh, you can't come to the
He wants,
spot. You
he wants that bikini wax.
Yeah.
He wants that bikini wax.
Oh, you want that
I want a
bikini wig?
massage.
Yeah.
Oh, I can
Release
give
all
you
that
that.
upper thigh tension.
No, but I appreciate all the. This is so nice of you guys to.
Cause I'm hungry. Look, I'm hungry. Go ahead, let's wrap it up. We got that wonderful
Guys,
food
I'm
for
trading
T's
love with
Kitchen.
just Jaden, Erik Griffin, and Mike Adult Average, and you've been watching Life is Hard.
Laugh
Laugh
it
it
off.
off.
All right, till the next time we see you guys, be sure to comment, subscribe, and share. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
I know.
Hey, Eric, appreciate you.
Thank you.
I just followed you on Instagram.
On the gram.
I'm gonna do the same thing, Griffin.
Woo!
If you see my
Oh yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Oh,
She
yeah.
gives him a hard time.
she definitely is tolerant.
She tolerant.
Yeah, bro, if you do have time to look, you'll see. I will. She's
Put it up. Just send it right now so I can get it on my. Yeah.
yeah, no, she's something special. There it is. Yep, adult average.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm just creating a lane for regular people. That's just regular old people. Yeah, like yeah.
Oh, that was okay. No, that's fine.
That did not even sound like a gunshot.
He almost went down on the ground.
They say right there, he can't handle no weight.